I'm not looking forward to this. We were contacted by Rory, who's one of our subscribers. He asked us if we were interested in starting up one of his bikes, a Suzuki Katana 750 from 1986, which had not been started about 20 years. Now, we run a motorcycle transport company and we're in Scotland every week, so it was rude not to go in and have a look.
So do I get my kit off?
If you want to get your kit off, mate, that's up to you. It's not that kind of video. What I'm trying to figure out is when you parked it up. When did you park up the Katana in there and strip it down? What year was it? Can you remember? You said, I think you remember. You said 2000 or 99.
It wasn't that old. It was a few years old.
Right.
But
so that would have been early 90s then, if it were only a few years old. Yeah. It was in 86, isn't it? We discovered. It's deregistered. 86.
D390 FOT.
Right. So would you say it were about 10 years old? Would you say like 96 you parked it up?
Yeah, something like that.
But I just remember seeing the Katana and just thinking how futuristic and game-changing it looked.
I think you could also get a 750 that didn't have the pop-up headlight.
Yeah.
And it was more powerful.
Yeah. So what would you like to see with the Katana then?
I'd like to see it back on the road.
Would you?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't ride it.
Yeah.
You know, I've got no balance.
Rory had agreed to let us take the bike back to Sheffield to start it up. So we have permission. Oh, permission to fart, sir. What's a fart, sir? Alright, let's get everything outside and then I'll have to figure out a way to get this to the van. Right, proper barn dust, worth a fortune. Come out, Billy. No peeing on things, please. Side panels in quite decent condition. Right, let's give us some space. Let's see if we can get the old Jane Fonda out. Oh dear, centre stand seized up. Well, that's not boding well for anything that's been kept in here for very long. If the centre stand seized up and there's an engine down there. Everything seized. Good grief. Gah! Seat's in lovely condition. Digging through this barn, looking for all these parts, took me over an hour. But I wanted to make sure I'd got everything because Rory's over 350 miles away. So it's not like I can just nip down the road and get some parts that are missing. Right. So things have been sat on this concrete floor. And there has been some damp in this barn, garage, whatever you want to call it. Calling it a barn just for the sake of the video. We especially wanted to find the tank. The tank we had not found the first time we came down, so I really needed to get that. See where this engine is. Ooh, that's not light. There you go. That's my phone. Quad lock case. Never break your phone with a quad lock case. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but I'd like to be. Right, let's find this tank. Apparently it is in here. Yep, we are running out of space now. So I think what's happened is the tank's been robbed. We've got engine, and if you look in there, you can see the oil. Like I say, might have saved it. And this is all the parts we've got, no fuel tank. He's asked us to take the Varadero, this one. Oh God, I don't know what we're going to do with that. Seat, tailpiece, exhaust, engine, filter. It needs a headlight and a fuel tank. It's basically all the tins. I'm not looking forward to this. What are you saying, B-boys? Rory says it could be in the storeroom, the tank I mean. So do we have a lamp? Is there a light in here, Rory? No. Right, where's my phone? Some furnitures. Oh, what's that up there? I can see a tank. Yes. We've got the tank, Rory. There it is. I can hear things sloshing around inside it. So it's got a bit of rot inside, I think, but we made sure we got everything on board and then we set off back to Sheffield. So other than the obvious rust, most of the bolts have been put back in, which is nice to see. The important ones, the ones we do need, are still in. But this thing looks like it has been at the bottom of the sea for a long time. And we know we don't have the headlight. We managed to find the tank, thankfully, because that would have been a ball ache. But tank sounds like a maraca. It literally is a mess. Now, I don't know whether that must be a bracket to hold some kind of a headlight, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't the original headlight because it's a bit of a bodge. So that's just, we can probably just get rid of that, take that off. But the forks are in a right old 2 and 8. Look at the state of that. Just to get you in there, they are scrap. You're gonna have to completely refurbish them or replace them. Now I've had a look for a set of forks. It's around about 250 quid. That's just for the stanchions. That's what we need. Obviously we need tyres. If we were going to put this thing back on the road, I put the boxes in storage. It's got all the parts in, and I'm pretty sure we're going to need a few parts. But the air filter box is there, the undertail's there, the rear tail tide is there with the number plate holder and the rear lamp and everything. Some 42,000 miles. So you can tell where it's been kept. It's just not good at all. It's been damp. Well, the ignition still works. And here's the engine. Now, gonna get my lad to give me a hand with it up on bench because I nearly ripped my back out last time. So let's get that up there. So you get that side, I get this side.
What, the skate as well?
No. Ow! Fingers! Go on, come on. Get your fingers? Yes. Alright, so let's get the plugs out. I've got the endoscope camera out. That's the word I was struggling for. Let's not do that. Oh dear. Oh, terrifyingly tight. Oh. Don't like that at all. Let's scooch some spray on these. A bit of GT85 in there. Other penetrating sprays are available. Until WD-40 sponsor us. Which, come on, that's not going to happen. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's coming out. I can't help but think I've just got a solid lump of scrap here. I hope not, because I want to see it run. It's really dirty down there. But luckily, it's on its side. So none of that crap is going to fall into combustion chamber, which I'm sure is mint. 2 plugs. Again, running rich. Well, it does look rusty on the end. It's oily, but it is rusty. Don't snap. Please don't snap. Please don't snap. No, don't snap. No. Oh, that's so tight. Right, I'm going to wind that back in. Because it's lovely and loose on the way back in. Right. Let's give it a spray. Good old scooch in there and wind it back in. And just keep doing that. Last thing I want is to snap one of these in. Oh, it's coming all the way out now. GT85's done its job. It's wasping out now. No, it's not. No, it just isn't. Again. Oily, but it does look as though there's a level of rust underneath it. That's hard to explain, but Yeah. So that's the plugs out. Yep, I can just see carbon inside. It does look wet enough, which is nice. Right, so we need to get all the oil out of this. Gonna need some kind of syringe to get them out. A syringe and a tube. And just suck it out. So let's do that. I've still got this syringe left over from my heroin days. Just a joke, it wasn't heroin. It was ketamine. Get that oil out of there. Get it out of there. Look how clean that oil is. I just wonder whether it's not got past the pistons of the rings and whether someone's put oil in to save the situation down there. They might have. Absolutely mint clean oil coming out of it. That's so bizarre. Right, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Look how clean that oil is. It's like a 1980s Castrol advert. Remember the tune in the Castrol advert? Yeah, that one. Let's get that emptied out into the catch tub.
Square.
Or Quality Street tub, should I say? Wait, hey. Sounds like a bad curry. Right, so I've determined it was serviced and then parked up. A bit of water in that as well. You can just see how it's gone cloudy a little bit. So there's a tiny bit of milkshake in it, but because it's brown, still golden brown, you can't really tell. Routine. Little look inside. That's much better. Can't really focus in. But that's rescued the situation. Yeah, if any of those valves were down, they've been saved. Get the endoscope out and see how my endo looks. It's not a very expensive endoscope, but I don't believe how many times I've used it and thought, I need to get a better endoscope because it's so useful. And the end's quite fat as well. Come on, let's have you. There you go. You see my ugly mug in it? Look. Yeah. Let's turn the light on. Numero uno. Oh, the piston's right up, so you can hardly see the sides of the bores. We'll probably be able to see when we go in pot 2, because I can see a bit of it there. And the bores look fine. Still can't really see. Can't really see very much, to be honest. Not going to learn a lot from that, other than they've not been full of water. You see the directional arrow there that you have on the top of every piston. Mentioning no names to anybody? No, I think we're all good. Right, what I think I ought to do is drop the oil. Uh-oh, there's no sump plug. Well, that saves us a job. There's no sump plug. That very much does save us a job, but I'm sure that will have allowed moisture to get in there. You can actually see in. In fact, let's get the endoscope in. I'm definitely alarmed. Why would you drop the oil out if you were going to restore it or do anything with it? Why would you drop the oil out, and why would you fill these? Because obviously if there's no oil in it, then my theory of the oil getting past the pistons and the rings to get into the inlets is rubbish, because the level's way down here, even if there is anything in it, which I doubt. I have had it partially stood up and no oil ran out of it, so definitely not. Let's have a look with the endoscope. Come on, engine, give us 2 good coughs.
Matron, please, I'm not that kind of doctor.
That does look a tad moist in there. So what we're looking at there, that's the bottom half of the gearbox. That's probably a selector shaft. I said shaft. Well, it does look clean in there. I think we'll be able to get a spanner on this and turn it over. Get this to cover off. It's not 8mm. Who said that were 8mm? I did. Of course it's 7mm. Lube that up, try next one. That's got Snap Me written all over it. Oh dear, that feels... Oh dear, that snapped. I knew it. Well, I kind of called that one. Super clean in there. So it's given us a job to do digging that out of there, but that's not too much of a problem. I'm going to film it getting that out of there, but it won't make the cut because I don't want to bore people. Now, I want suggestions from all of you. If you'd like to see stuff like that, if you'd like to see me struggling getting that out of there and taking 20 minutes, half an hour about it, and you want me to post that stuff, I will. I'll post it. We just want ideas for the channel, basically. But if that is the kind of stuff that you want to see, give us a shout. Let me know. Comment. So now all I need to do is get something on that and see if the motor turns over. That is a 19. Perfect. Bar of the knuckle variety. Oh. Oh. It's turning over beautifully. Oh, what's that noise? I think that noise sounds like valves. And what we are going to have to figure out is, are the valves turning, moving up and down? That's a full revolution now. Right. So that's the first time that engine's turned over in at least, that we know about, 20 years. Yes, success. I can't hear any whooshing and compression noises at all. But at this stage, I'm not too worried about that. We do have some worrying crunchy noises. So now that we've done a full revolution, the oil that was in the inlet has gone into the cylinder, and then the exhaust has opened and it's forced it out the other side. So we're all good. Just figured out what that noise was. A little tiny bit of rust on the top of this pickup. It was just knocking that off. Let's give it another turn over. Half a crank. Full crank. That's it. Full turnover, right then. So now what I need to do is, I'll stand it up, check, make sure the valves are compressing and coming back up. If anything's stuck down, that's a big problem. I don't want to have to pull the head. It's a lot of faffing around.